Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Piper Report. So I have another funny article thanks to our beloved CNN. CNN doctor says Trump has heart disease. Okay. Here's what he says. The president has heart disease. The neurosurgeon, who has never examined Mr. Trump, declared on Wednesday, adding that the president needs a medical plan to prevent a major heart problem in the near future. Dr. Gupta said the presence of calcium in Trump's blood vessels has greatly increased since 2009, and that the coronary calcium score released by the White House on Tuesday indicated that the president had already well surpassed the threshold for having heart disease and being at risk for a heart attack. Well, let's go over some basic demographics, shall we? Believe it or not, doctor, the older you get, the more likely you are to have heart attack. This may sound crazy, but a 20-year-old is more than likely healthier than a 71-year-old. I know, it's crazy, and you may not have learned that in med school, but it does happen. The older you get, the more likely you are to have a heart attack. But since the doctor who did the physical for Trump, who wasn't just Trump's personal doctor, but an actual long-time White House physician, says he's in excellent health. And that physician, as you know, do no harm, does not have a political bias. He has been a White House physician for a long time. But no. CNN, they have to get this story out. They have to try to get people to believe that Donald Trump may die any second. So let's try to get him out of office, because we cannot have a sick man in office. All the while, though, we're going to promote someone like Hillary Clinton, who was obviously sick because she actually fainted on TV many times, and she actually had a bout with pneumonia, which people think it was faked, that she was actually sicker than that. I mean, because if you have contagious pneumonia like she claimed, why would she be out and about hugging little children? If you haven't seen that video, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Basically, it was after Hillary fainted, and they had to basically force her into a car, and then she went to her daughter's house, I think, and then like 10 minutes later, she runs out and she hugs a child. Some people say that wasn't actually her, it was a body double, and there is evidence to support that. And other people said that if she did go out and hug someone, and then she claims she has pneumonia, that kind of contradicts her story, because any sick person that has pneumonia, especially if it's contagious pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia, they would not want to really go out there and hug young children. The whole thing kind of seemed like a setup. Like, she walked out and the child comes running over and gives her a big hug, like a grandmother-y hug, and it just looked corny, to say the least, but I digress. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, a Rear Admiral in Navy and longtime White House physician, determined Mr. Trump's first medical exam in office that the president is in excellent physical and cognitive health. No, he does not have heart disease, he told Dr. Gupta at the briefing. I think he had great findings across the board, but the one that stands out more than anything to me is his cardiac health. His cardiac health is excellent. But Dr. Gupta, who works for CNN, he could not have that. You know, he knows what's really happening to Donald Trump. He definitely knows, because he examined him personally, right? Oh wait, he didn't. Here's what Dr. Gupta said. They're going to be increasing the medications, including the cholesterol-lowering medications, to try and combat that. But there's no question, by all standards, by all metrics, any way a doctor or cardiologist will look at it, the president does have heart disease. Way to go, Dr. Gupta. You just diagnosed the president without ever even talking to him, let alone seeing him, let alone meeting him. Way to go. Again, you know, it's possible Trump may be at risk for heart disease. That is what happens when you get older. Does that disqualify him from being president? No. Should that disqualify him? No. I mean, if you're gonna try to endorse Hillary Clinton, which WikiLeaks showed us that was indeed the case, since every major media organization, let alone except Fox News, met to try to figure out how to actually nominate Hillary and elect Hillary as president. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you're going to criticize someone on their health, you can't be defending Hillary Clinton, saying she's not sick. So, once more, CNN is showing its hypocrisy and trying to get a doctor to spread fear in the general public that Trump will die any second, and he should not be in president. He should not be in the office of the presidency. He's just too sick to handle it. It's funny. Sad, but really funny. Thank you, CNN, once again, for showing us how desperate you are. And I'm done.